welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I wonder if you'll ever see me with makeup on again. Who knows? Because I don't leave the house anymore. When I film my videos, I just don't bother putting makeup on anymore. That could be one of my favourites. My skin doesn't feel as good as I hoped it would. I hoped it would feel very lovely not having makeup on, but it feels a bit dry, if I'm being honest. Anyway, today's video is all about my favourite bits from the month of March. Ooh, what a March. I don't think I've ever had a March like that before. But the joy of it is that I am still able to find some things in March that have been my favourite, because even in the hardest of times and the most challenging of times, which I think we can all agree are some of the times that are going on now, I'm still able to find nice things that are happening and take solace and enjoyment in them. So let's do that. Let's pull those sleeves up first. So the first thing is a hand cream, because I'm sure like all of you, you've been washing your hands a hell of a lot. I work at a hospital and I wash my hands a lot because I work with doctors and nurses who are back and forth to wards where there are patients with coronavirus, so I'm washing my hands a lot. So when I get home, my hands are dry. Not only my hands, like my wrists, like that feels like the dry, like this bit here, like feels like the driest bit. So I was like, where on earth am I going to get a hand cream? None of these hand creams seem heavy duty enough, and also I'm a bit fussy. I don't like ones that sort of like stay around for a long time. I saw on Instagram, someone I follow recommend this, Nursem, which is a caring hand cream. This is a 75ml tube. This is protection for hard-working hands with medical grade Manuka honey, MPA plus 15, I don't know what that means, barrier restoring oils and soothing white willow extract. It is cruelty free, which I do also insist upon. It goes into your hands lovely and it disappears almost instantly. Now, this has been made by a paediatric nurse who has to wash her hands loads, so she knows the sort of thing that needs out of a hand cream. Also, the other pledge is, which is amazing, for every tube of this you buy, a nurse or a midwife will receive a month's supply. So not only is it doing you good, it's doing other people good, and we all want to help those nurses out there at the moment, don't we? So yeah, I really think this is great. I'm going to link the link down below. I bought myself a tube, David a tube. David's also got dry elbows, which he can never shift. Like the driest elbows ever. And it's helping, isn't it, David? Yeah. It's really helping, and he's been using it as well. And also, David is, if I don't like things being on my hands for a long time, like things that don't sink in, then David is that man as well, but even worse. And it sinks in quite nicely, doesn't it? You don't mind it? It's pretty good, yeah. He will say he doesn't mind it. So yes, Nursem caring hand cream, bought one for myself, one for David, one for my mum and one for my sister. Really impressed with it. I will link the link down below. I think they've got a hand wash as well. I think they have. So yeah, that was the first thing. The next thing was I went to Centre Parks in March, at the beginning of March. We went on the 9th of March. God, don't things just seem like literally a million years ago? And we had the most lovely week. So I went with myself, David, my mum and dad, my sister and her husband and their baby, who is 6 months old. And we just had a lovely week. We all were in the same lodge. It's been a long time since we've spent any sort of like well, obviously there hasn't been any family holidays for a long time, but like a long amount of time together. And I mean, I'm quite a loud and fiery personality, so I was a bit concerned that I'd be pissed off with everyone, and I wasn't. I just had such a lovely time. We all had a really nice time. But there were two sort of highlights from that week. The first one being a massage that I had for the first time a hot stones massage, which was like these two stones that she massaged, that they were like self-heating. I don't know how, and she massages me using those stones, and I could feel knots literally like pinging out of my back, like ping, and it was so gorgeous while it was happening, literally so gorgeous. I had like a half-hour treatment, so if I went back there again, which hopefully we will do, I would have the hour treatment because it was amazing. And afterwards I felt $1 million, but then about 24 hours after that, oh my God, I was in agony, where I think she just got everything out. But then after that, I've never felt so lovely. I felt very stiff for a long time, if you remember, but after that, I feel wonderful. So that was number one highlight. Number two highlight was the fact that I made this pottery. So we always do pottery painting when we go to Centre Parks because it's just one of our favourite things to do. And I wanted to make a little pot that I could put some basil in. I looked on Pinterest and found this little sort of like, this was the one that I found it on was more of a moon shape, and this was sort of like a moon with lots of stars and stuff, and I painted it, and I just think it's so cute, and I'm so pleased with it. And I will eventually, when shopping is back to normal, get some basil in that and hopefully keep that going, because I really, really love that. So that is that. The next thing, my favourite book of the month. This is a book that I've mentioned so much over the past month. Not only it was the read for my Patreon book club, it was I read it during a reading vlog, I think, and I read it during cozy reading night, and I also included it in my comfort book. So don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with it anymore. But Grownups by Marion Keyes was my favourite book of the month. I absolutely loved it. It was a complete tonic, complete glorious escapism into a family's life. You're following the 3 Casey brothers and their wives, mainly their wives, and their lives and what they're up to and events that they're attending, and I loved it. I thought it was bloody fantastic. It deals with really, really serious issues in, I don't want to say a light way, because I don't mean to be flippant about it. I mean like in a way where it's really impressively done, and also you're still able to get some light relief and things out of this book. Loved it, thought it was fantastic. Really, really, really would recommend. Before the libraries closed down, I went and got 2 more Marion Keyes books out of the library, and I think there's a few on Scribd, so I'm going to be listening to those as well. But thought it was fantastic. One of my other favourite things in the month of March, this is one of my favourite things that I've done ever, was the fact that I ran for 20 minutes non-stop, and was just so elated and delighted with myself. If you've been here for a while, you'll know that I've been working my using the app Couch to 5k in order to get myself to a position where I'm able to run 5k or for 30 minutes solidly. This is something that, this is a work in progress. It's been going on for many weeks. It's an app that set into 9 weeks of training, and the first week you're doing things like running for 1 minute, walking for 2 minutes, running for 1 minute, walking for 2 minutes, and it gradually builds you up, and at the end of week 5, which was last week, the last run was run continuously for 20 minutes. Now, when I started doing this, guys, I could barely run, and this is not an exaggeration, for about 15 seconds comfortably I could run. Any more than that, I was exhausted. But I've built it up and built it up and built it up to the point where last week I ran for 20 minutes non-stop, and I can't believe I'm even saying that. So at this point when I'm recording this, I've now done week 6, run 1 and 2. So my next run for week 6, my last run of week 6, will be for 25 minutes. So I'm actually building it up an extra 5 minutes this week, and I probably will go out early morning, maybe Sunday, early morning Sunday, to do that. So yeah, I am just so proud of myself that I've got myself to a point where I'm able to run for that long. And I mean, I'm not like sprinting it, I'm really like, my running is laboured, but I've done it. I did it. I ran for 20 minutes and I was so happy, and I can't wait to do it again. And I actually get to the point now when not only am I looking forward to runs, I'm enjoying them while they're happening. So before, when I was like, oh god, how long until, like, even when I was running for like 1 minute, I'd be like, oh god, there's got to be 10 seconds left, there can't be more than 10 seconds left. Like, now I'm actively enjoying the running. I can't believe I'm there. I can't believe I'm one of those people. But yeah, would highly recommend the Couch to 5k app. I've been going on about it so much. It's been amazing to getting me to running to the point that I am now. So yeah, I've almost finished week 6. Then I've just got week 7, 8 and 9. So I've got 10 more runs until I've completed that program, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do this year. I'm just so proud of myself. I can't stop. Like, all day after I'd run the 20 minutes, I was absolutely flying off my head. I was so happy. Really proud of myself. Well done me. And then there's 2 more things. So the first thing is 2 videos that I made in the month of March, which I really enjoyed making, and took quite a bit of effort, which I quite enjoyed putting into these videos. So the first one is 20 things to do when you're stuck at home. So you all know what the deal is. We're all stuck at home at the moment. I made a video with 20 things that you could do when you're stuck at home, and it took me a whole day to make, and I had to do these 20 things to show you guys that you can do these 20 things, and had a lovely time filming it, editing it, putting it together, and really enjoyed it. And I'm actually in the process of thinking of 20 more things to do at home, which is a video that I will make. I might make it over the Easter weekend actually. So if I can get together 20 more things, I've got about 15 things now, then hopefully over the weekend I'll make another 20 more things to do when you're stuck at home. And then the other video I made is a reading vlog. So I read for 24 hours in a weekend, which I really enjoyed doing, and there was a few points where I was like, I am not going to do this. I started on the Friday night when I finished work. Literally as I left work I was listening to an audiobook, so that was included. So I listened to the audiobook on the way home, and yeah, started from there and went all the way up to Sunday evening and tried to read for 24 hours in that period, and I really enjoyed it. I vlogged it, so I'll link that video down below as well. It was a bit of a lonely weekend for young David because I didn't really talk much to him, but it was at the beginning of March, so it was actually the weekend before we went to Centre Park. So I did park run on the Saturday and listened to an audiobook as I was doing the park run, so I was able to sort of do some of the normal things. What is normal anymore, that I would have done in a weekend. I was able to sort of incorporate them into a reading weekend, so really enjoyed that, and we'll be doing that again at some point now that there's time for all the reading, isn't there? There's time for all the reading. So that was that. And then the last thing I wanted to show you, which is also sort of links in with the 20 things to do when you're stuck at home video, is I've really been listening to a lot of the Rocketman soundtrack. So Rocketman is a film. It's a biopic. Is it biopic or biopic?
I think it's biopic.
Oh, I've always said biopic.
No, it's biopic. Because a biopic is biopic, but this is a biopic. A
biopic of Elton John's life, played by Taron Egerton. Love it. We actually watched this while we were in Centre Parks as well, didn't we?
We did.
My mum and David sat down and watched it. The music from this film is just joyous, and in the 20 things to do at home video, one of the things that I suggested that you do is have a dance party, and the song that we danced to is from this. It's called Honky Cat, and I've put a lot of these songs on my running playlist as well, so I've been running to a lot of these songs, and yeah, they're just really well performed, big sort of show numbers. Really enjoy them. We just love it, don't we, David?
We do.
In fact, I might even put this on in a minute. That's how much I like it. So yes, so those are some of my favourite things from March. Let me know, please, in the comments below, some of your favourite things from March. It would be really nice to share with one another some of the favourite things that we did or happened or read or anything in March, just to prove to ourselves that there are things that you can look back on a month that seemingly looks like a horrific month, and you can find things that you really loved. So yeah, so those are my favourite things from March, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow with my TBR for April. See you later. Bye! You can never know what it's like. Sing back.
Your blood are like a winter freezes just like ice.
Don't you know that I'm still standing?